All right, Arrows F4U Corsair. That was awesome. My fingertips are numb. What's going on, guys? We are back out here at the parking lot again, and today we got a Maiden. This is the Arrows F4U Corsair. I actually picked this up out of their scratch and dent special that they had on their website, and yeah, so let's show you a little bit about it. What was wrong with it was this wingtip over here was a little crunched. As you can see, a little bit of paint missing here. This was a little bit crunched, and this aileron here was detached, partially detached. So I cut the rest of it out, as you see there, and I added 4 nylon hinges inside. So I had to rehinge that, and this little crunch here. What else? I think some of the decals underneath were like coming off of it. Also, this gum port was missing here. As you can see, that little black, I actually cut out a piece of credit card and bent it up and glued it into place. Actually, I'll paint that, but I was in a rush to get out here, so I did a little quick cover up with that. As you can see the other side, what it should look like. And as you can see, all the lights that it has these landing lights and wingtip lights. That's another thing that it had. It didn't actually mention anything about that, but when I powered it on, both these wingtip lights lit up green. As you can see, it's supposed to be green on the right and red on the left, is how the navigation light should be. Luckily for me, I had a LED lights from a down plane that I ripped the lights out of. So I just replaced that bulb there and put a red light in on this side. But yeah, Arrows F4U Corsair, and this is gonna be a Maiden. So let's get this plane set up and get it up in the air. All right, so admittedly, I haven't flown a tail dragger in forever. Please don't laugh at me on this takeoff. I've tried to taxi it, do some taxi tests here, and it's kind of going all over the place. Yeah, takeoffs and landings with tail draggers are a different breed. So let's just hope for the best here. Also, I don't have any gyros on this, just AR620. Let me do a control surface check one last time. Down, rudder. And we also do have flaps on this plane. Not sure that I'm going to use the flaps because it is kind of windy out here and the sun's going down over there. Yeah, let's see see how this goes. All right, just bear with me, don't laugh at me. All right, we are up and get away from the trees. Put the gear up. It seems like she's climbing, rolling to the right to get her back over into this county. So, oh, I'm going over my head. I'm trying to find the trim switches. And she's got some speed, and I need to trim to the right. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of out there a little bit, but I'm trying to trim, and I have these gloves on, and it's kind of like hard. That seems to be going straight. I feel like some rudder is needed. Flying a little bit better there. It's flying real nice and stable too for the wind. It's not really, it's flying pretty locked in. This one right now, it's actually, yeah, feels like it's climbing just a tad, but that's fine. Oh, over my head. And it's kind of cold, and my fingertips are freezing. One thing is, I wish that those landing lights turned off when you put the gear up. Like, I wish that was a thing. and I can see the green light pretty clear. I don't think it'll show up on the camera, but I can see it is still climbing some. But I think it might be the wind. I mean, it's hard to trim a plane when you have some wind. And I know I'm doing all kinds of loops and rolls for a Maiden, but it's actually really flying really nice and really easy actually. The only thing that I am dreading is the landing. I think I'm gonna try it for a 3-pointer. I feel like with tails raggers, for me that was the easiest thing to do was land it with 3 points. But it is flying really nice. It's kind of getting beat up by the wind there. And this plane's actually marketed for I put too much down trim in it. This plane is actually marketed for 3S, but it does have a 40 amp ESC in it, so most 4S planes have trying to bring that trim back up. Most planes with 40 amp ESCs have what am I saying? Yeah, most planes with 40 amp ESCs are usually 4S. So it's interesting that they marketed it as 3S with a 40 amp ESC. And I've seen plenty of videos of people flying this plane on 4S, so I don't have any worries about it. 4S 2200. I feel like I could use a more aileron. But this plane is flying really nice. Like, it's so easy that I'm not worried about doing loops like this and rolls. We'll go vertical. And I like the power output of it. Sure, it would fly fine on 3S, but I don't really do 3S. I'm not even sure if I still have any 3S batteries left. I might, but I don't really use 3S that much, so. Man, this thing is flying like a dream. Go for a low pass here. Woo. The wind kind of pushed it down. Ooh, flew through a flock of birds there. Thank God they weren't as close as what it looked like, or at least thank God I didn't go for get a bird strike. And my 5-minute timer is out, so we're gonna have to start looking at landings, which I'm dreading. So I'm actually gonna walk a little bit further because I got a feeling it's gonna ground loop once I do land, which is fine. And those geese flew behind me, so let's put the gear down. And that, okay, I see both of them. I was gonna say I thought only one came out. As soon as I put the gear down, it you could feel it. I was on a 5-minute timer. Ooh, get away from those trees. So I'm not too concerned. We're gonna take that. Oh, there's awesome. There's a drain right there. And I guess I must have hopped over it, the drain that's over there. Thank God the wheels didn't get caught up in that. That would have been a disaster. It was actually a pretty good landing. I'm actually impressed. I landed it on the mains. I just felt like I had a good approach, a good glide, and I came in a little bit hotter than normal. I didn't use the flats because of the wind. Actually, the wind kind of died down here a little bit. So let's get this plane over here. All right, Arrows F4U Corsair. That was awesome. My fingertips are numb. All right, I was actually impressed with that. That actually flew amazing. I'm actually really happy with this plane. I picked it up from Hobby Zone on their scratch and dent special, man, and what a win. It was 132, I think it was 132, 139 bucks that I got it for. Holy Lord, what a win. Let's pop the canopy here. All right, so let's get a quick look inside the battery area. It actually has this plastic clip system instead of magnets for the canopy, which is pretty cool. AR620 right here, and it actually has a tray system inside here, kind of like the E-Flight planes. Has a tray system for the 4S battery. You just shove it right in the nose, and that pretty much sorts out the CG, so you don't have to worry too much about that. All right, and there you have it, the maiden of the Arrows F4U Corsair. This is a 1.1 meter. I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier, but it is a 1.1 meter. Flaps, retracts, lights. Man, this plane flies awesome. I'm absolutely ecstatic. I'm super pumped. I'm happy with this one. Scratch and dent special, man, 139 bucks. Holy Lord, what a win. But yeah, I'll definitely have more flights with this one in the future for sure. But until then, it's kind of freezing out here and I'm getting out of here, so I will catch you guys in the next one.